In today's video, we're going to talk about how to play You've Got to Hide Your Love Away by the Beatles, or again, also made famous by Eddie Vedder. So hopefully you've downloaded this already off of my website, lessonsthatrock.com. And it's really simple. We're going to start with this rhythm up here, which is down, down, up, down, up. This is a standard 3/4 or 6/8 time signature rhythm. You can actually find this in the rhythm video. The next thing is to maybe start looking at how many rhythms we have to apply. And so, for example, for the verse, which is I highlighted here in purple, so the verse is here and the verse is also here, so I made those purple. For the verse sections, everything is going to get one except for the C that's here, 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 and here. So those C's that are right smack in the middle of the song. And the end caps, the D here is going to have 2. I know it doesn't say anything, but it should have a 2. And this last D should have a 4. Other than that, everything in the verse gets one rhythm. So it's very simple. You just take one rhythm for G, one rhythm for D, one rhythm for F, one rhythm for G, 2 rhythms for C, one rhythm for F, one rhythm for C, so on and so forth. In your chorus, you're going to have 2 rhythms for G, 2 rhythms for C, 1, 1, 1, 1. So the rest are 1. So the only things, again, you really want to know what exceptions you have. Everything in this song gets 1 except for these C's right here, 2 D's, 4 D's, 2, and 2. Okay, so make sure you get that. All right, so let's actually look at the verse and kind of see what's happening there. Pretty simple, very straightforward. I'll go ahead and count to 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I stand, head in hand, and 2, F, and C. So pretty straightforward. Now if we're looking at the chorus, that's our next part that we want to do, and our chorus is going to get 2 G's, 2 C's, and the first thing you're going to end up with is a D sus4. And just so you know, D sus4 is, it stands for suspended 4, so basically it just means that you're suspending the 3rd degree for the 4th. Don't worry about it. What you should know is that a D sus4 has 4 fingers, a D major normally has 3, and then a D sus2 is going to have 2 fingers. That's what you really should know. So let's look at those chord shapes again. So D sus4 is going to be adding your pinky here on the 1st string, on that high E string, so yes, you will have 2 fingers on the same string. Okay, here's my D major, my D sus4, and here's what it looks like when I strip everything else out except for those 2 notes. So why add the pinky and not remove this? Well, the answer to that is because 9 times out of 10 when you use a sus4 chord, no matter what it is, it's generally because you're going major, sus4, back to major. Is it always like that? No. But 90% of the time, it's going to be that way. So you generally just want to keep that other finger there. So when I'm doing that part, I've got sus4, D, sus2, and then back to D. Okay, so the way that I like to think about this is that sus4 has 4 fingers. For D sus4 is going to have 4 fingers. And then D sus2 has 2 fingers, so it makes it pretty simple. So D sus4 has that added pinky, and D sus2, you're taking your middle finger off so that you only have your 1st finger and your 3rd finger, but no middle finger. Okay? Alright, so let's look at the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, you've got to hide your love away. And that repeats twice, right? If you're interested in doing something a little more advanced, you can do that walk-up that I just did. Bum, bum, bum. The deal though, when you do the walk-up, is that you're taking some of the time of the rhythm for the G so that you can land that C, boom, right on that 1st downstroke. So when I did that walk-up, there's 2 rhythms for the G, right? I actually didn't do the entirety of the 2nd rhythm because I needed to make time for that walk-up. And that is pretty much it. The only other thing that I do is if you're playing it by yourself, you're going to strike out the solo because, you know, you can't solo by yourself. If you're playing with somebody and you know how to solo, then absolutely you should solo. If you're playing with somebody and you don't know how to solo but they do, then you should solo, or they should solo. If you're playing with somebody and neither of you know how to solo, then just strike it out. So it's pretty simple. Solos are pretty straightforward. Don't do solos unless you have somebody to back you up or something to hold the beat together. It just doesn't make sense. And that is pretty much how you play the song. So if you're striking out the last solo, you probably also want to strike out one of those choruses because it's going to say chorus, and then it's 2 choruses. Well, we know that we actually double the chorus, so that really means 4. So if you got these 2 plus these 4, that's 6 choruses. That might bore your audience to hear 6 choruses in a row, so maybe I'd strike out 2 of them so that you only play the chorus 4 times at the end. Just a thought. So that is how you play You've Got to Hide Your Love Away by the Beatles. Thanks for watching. Please rate, favorite, and subscribe.